Good morning. It's Wednesday morning, and I've had a kind of a theme for the last few weeks when I've written my Wednesday prayer, and I'm kind of continuing this. I'm carrying on this. Uh, it's an affirmation, but it's also repeated and repeated, and that is, in every day, in every way, my life is getting better and better. And Sunday, when Reverend Carla talked about from overwhelm to overflowing. There's a lot of different things that you can think about in that, and to me, it's not necessarily the overwhelm of being poor and having that issues and the overflow of money and material things. It's more of a, I think, of a personal way or perspective of life, and so I've been thinking about it. And then yesterday, Richard Rogers, who is the one that started the meditation, did a fabulous meditation. And it struck me that this kind of all goes together because what he was talking about is what I had already written about for the prayer for today. And it just kind of went together. So that's how the universe works. Um, so I know that each and every one of us have issues in our life. You can call it drama, you can call it worries, you can call it concerns, you can call it problems, you can call it whatever you want to. And oftentimes when that happens to us, think about think about your body. What happens to your body? You kind of and just if you do this right now with me, just put your head down, put your body down. What happens to your airway? What happens to the breath in your lungs and what goes to the rest of your body? It gets cut off. What happens when you lean back and look up? You can breathe really well. Well, that's kind of a way of looking at things. When you are so involved in the drama in your life, your daily living, whatever it is, and you can get really caught up in the um, problems and issues and worry and concern and going on and on and on. And I mean, it can be health, it can be money, it can be relationships, it can be any of these things. And we go and we're in overwhelm. A lot of that overwhelm we create ourselves because we burden ourselves with trying to fix things, trying to make things better, not allowing spirit or God take care of things, trying to be his representative on earth, and he didn't necessarily want us to be. Um, he, the Father, is here to give us the kingdom. And every time we do this and get in overwhelm, we mess it up. And so, in the days of repeating 100 times a day, every day, in every way, my life is getting better and better, has focused and made me shift my consciousness. And my consciousness now is about overflowing. And that overflowing is no longer relying on the with the daily routine, whatever is going on in your life. Not worrying about it, not being concerned about it. That doesn't say you can't think about it once in a while. But when you do that, you cut your airways. It's the same thing as cutting off God or spirit. But when you lean back and you look up, and I don't know what your image of God is like. For a while mine was like in the Ten Commandments where Moses was up on the mount and it was the fire bush. And, it's been all kinds of things. But to me, I do look up in the sky. I see the clouds, and when I see a ray of sunshine coming in, that's kind of my, oh, God's there. But I know I could just look within, but it's kind of a thing that when you look up and lean back and open up to God, to Spirit, to allowing Him in your life, it allows you to switch your thinking process. It allows you to accept and look for the greater good. And whatever that good is. And the thing is, it shifts what you're thinking about and how you're thinking about it. This morning, I was on my walk, and I was thinking about I found out what my fall class load was, and I was oh, it was less than last year, and how am I gonna, how are things gonna work, and all of a sudden it was like, oh no, no, stop, lean back, and look up. It's not my problem. I have no idea what God has planned for me, but there is a plan, and I don't need to put my 2 cents worth in or get my hands involved in and go like this. I don't need to do that because I don't want to be in overwhelm. I want to be in overflowing. And that overflowing is God's good, and understanding that it is there for me because it has been given to me because I am a child of God. And you can look at the Psalms for some of this. I love the 23rd Psalm. But He leadeth me. He is shepherding me. I need to count on that and not try to do anything to control it. So let's take a deep breath and another deep breath and another deep breath. And let's close our eyes. Now, I would like you to think about what in your life right now puts you in overwhelm. You can even bend down if you want to and put your head down, but we're going to get out of this mode. Think about the things, the drama in your life, the relationships in your life, the finances in your life, the living in your life, whatever isn't going exactly the way you want it or right for you right now, or you feel like you have issues or you've got drama over it, whatever it is, think about it for a minute. Come up with your list. Now, I would like you to take a deep breath, lean your head back, and look up. Feel how you're breathing better. Feel how much better you feel, because what you're doing now is you're opening yourself up to Spirit or God. You're handing everything over to them and letting them take it. You're letting it go and giving it up and allowing yourself to lean back, look up, and be there for your greater good. To know that God has your hand, He has your back. If you need to be carried through some of this, He has you in His arms. None of that matters. You have to be open to the overflow. You have to be open to God's good. You have to be open and not close yourself down by leaning forward, bending over, and stopping that flow. You don't need to be in overwhelm. It's much better to be in overflow. And the main thing that is causing the difference between that is letting things be put in the hands of those who should be in charge. Or the person, not person, but for God. You're not in charge. Give it up. Let it go. Stop, take a deep breath, lean back, and look up, and let Spirit do what needs to be done. Don't worry about it. Don't get engaged in the drama. Let it go. One of the things that I think we can think about with this is sometimes that you've just had to do it because you were in so overwhelmed, and you said, help, God. You don't have to wait to yell help. You can start by letting it all, giving it all up to God. Okay, let's take another deep breath. Let's come back to this moment. Let's open our eyes and think about this. It is the Father's good pleasure to give us the kingdom. We all know that. And the kingdom is not decided by us. It's decided by a higher power. I have some affirmations for today. All that the Father has is mine. All that the Father has is mine. All that the Father has is mine. I'm not talking about material things. I'm talking about peace of mind, happiness, joy. And if we're bending over and cutting off our air in overwhelm, we can't be open to those things. All that the Father has is mine. The next one is, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. If I let the Lord take over and shepherd me around, I'm not going to be in want for anything. And again, it isn't something material. It's allowing Spirit or God to direct our lives. We have to listen, but we don't have to bend over and overwhelm. And the last one is, my life overflows with God's good. My life overflows with God's good. My life overflows with God's good. We can't know what that is if we're bending over in overwhelm and cutting off the airway to God. We need to take a deep breath, lean back, look up, and open that airway and give it over to God. So I hope you have a great day. And remember, you too can say, every day, in every way, my life is getting better and better and better. 100 times for 40 days. It will make a difference, and it will allow you to stop yourself when you start to lean over and overwhelm and say, no, I need to step back, take a deep breath, lean back, and be there for God. Have a wonderful